on today's episode of Unboxing, featuring gear I wish I had a month ago when flying in Raleigh. First, the DJI Mavic car charger, a spare flight battery, and finally, the 4-battery intelligent flight charging hub by Ultimaxx. All this and more coming up next on Unboxing. Unboxing, the show where we open the box so you don't have to.
Thank you, and welcome to another episode of Unboxing. And as you heard just before, it's all gear that I wish I had when I flew in Raleigh. So these are things that I found out the hard way that should have had them before I went. So starting off with issues I had charging. I was using the AC charger with an inverter, and well, I only had that one option, and that when that charger was occupied, I thought to myself, wouldn't it be great if I had a car charger that I could plug into the 12 volt and I could have 2 batteries charging at once. So that's item number 1. And of course, needed a spare battery. I only had 2 batteries, and that's way too few batteries. So you need, on average, I would say 3 would be the minimum. Reason being, you're flying with one. Flight time lasts about 22 minutes. Then that battery, once it's off the aircraft, is going to require at least 5 to 10 minutes of what I like to call settling, when the battery cools down. Because if you don't, you'll occasionally get a flashing indicator on the battery, which basically means that battery is not ready to accept the charge yet. So that battery is resting. And then you also would have one charging at all times. So I would consider 3 to be the bare minimum. Now, whether you need more than 3, I'm not quite sure yet, because the other problem I'm running into is by the time I'm done with the second battery, I only have 50-some% left in the transmitter. So the radio that comes with it unfortunately does not have a removable battery, and I have no idea why. If any of you guys have comments on this, I'd love to hear from you, so just put it down below, and I respond to every comment, unlike some of the big channels. And that's just something I'm wondering, like, why wouldn't they have a simple removable stick battery? You could just buy a spare battery, and that way your charger's always at 100%. So I really wouldn't take off with an aircraft with a 50% battery on the remote. I don't know if I'm being too paranoid about this. Again, I'd love to hear from you guys, because I've only been doing this for a few months, so let me know. The other item that actually came with the battery, this was a kit from Amazon for $100, is a battery charger hub. It's by Ultimaxx. And basically what this does is the charger as stock can handle 1 battery at a time, then you have to remove it, put the next one on. This way, this will allow you to load up apparently up to 4 batteries at one time, and it will charge them sequentially. So it does not charge them all at once. There's a lot of hate in the reviews on these hubs where people just don't get it, that the charger can only have the output capacity. What it's designed for is 1 battery per time. What this is, effectively, is just an electronic switch that once it detects the battery charged, it will hop over to the next available port on it. That's what I'm guessing. Now, this one also features a little LCD readout for probably battery voltage, charge status, that kind of thing. And this is not a DJI product. These are factory. And I went with this particular hub because, of course, there's a DJI hub for this job, but it didn't have any kind of display on it. And I thought, I'm not afraid to go aftermarket with something like this, because the voltage that's being supplied and all the actual charging is handled by the factory charger. This is basically just a splitter. So I'm hoping it'll work out okay. So we'll see how it goes. Of course, went OEM for the charger and OEM for the battery. In my opinion, aftermarket batteries and any kind of charger is just not worth the risk. These batteries are on average about $100, maybe a little less on sale, but that's still a pretty big investment when you have a couple of them, and basically what's charging it is very much in control of the health of your battery. So I would stick with OEM. If you guys know of any OEM chargers that are great or have a significant advantage, again, would love to hear from you. So without further ado, I guess we'll start with the charger first. got the trusty knife today instead of trusty scissors. And let's see how this puppy opens. All right, so it's just, looks like it was just glued shut. And you get to see it before me, unless this thing flies out of my hand and goes all over. Oh, just a black box. Oh, that's nice. Apple-like packaging, as I call it. And, oh, it's not a clam. Okay, we'll just keep on going. We can already get rid of this. You know where this is going. 1, 2, 3, gone it goes. All right. Realistically, I'm not going to be using this box, so I guess I can be a little bit barbaric with it. And once again, I do not have my B cam set up yet. So what we have is one manual. We'll put that aside. We'll group that with the other DJI stuff. And this is the charger. Wow, much smaller brick than the big charger. I looked down there because I had to remind myself to make sure to have the factory charger just in case I need it for anything. But then I realized that this is a 12-volt charger, so I won't actually be using this one. But I do have the other charger because I do want to do a quick check of the battery working with that hub. So anyway, obviously one end is the traditional plug that goes to the battery, and then this is a standard CARP 12-volt plug. Rest of the package, one silica gel, don't eat, we all know that. Gone, gone. Next up, we have one battery. For this, I do believe we need the knife. We'll just kind of chop on through that. Once again, a little white on black packaging, very elegant. And away that goes. Where it goes, nobody knows, but I just keep throwing stuff there. It keeps disappearing, so works for me. All right, ooh, here we go. We can, little battery coffin. I guess that was kind of dark. And once again, a manual, although by now I pretty much know how to deal with batteries. Packed in a nice little foam case. Ooh, very classy. Does it have any charge? Yeah, a little bit on there. It looks like, what, 25%? All right, and that is the battery. So we will put this aside. Oh, come on. You know you want me to do it, so let's just throw it on over. 1, 2, gone. All right, battery aside for now. Last entry, the Ultimaxx hub. See if we need anything for that, and we do. And we do. Let's just get the knife in there. Well, that's not a knife. Well, that's a knife. Let's cut on through. All right. And this will fit nicely in my case. All right, nice little hub, box. We don't need it. Foam bag. We don't need that either. Trying to come back, right? All right, and we also have a little spec and manual. This we will keep. We'll look at that in a moment, although I think we're good with hooking this up. As you can see, it has the classic old school 80s clock radio LED display there. Or actually, I do believe that's called a fluoroscan display. That's the inner nerd coming out of me. I do believe that's called fluoroscan. That is that neon display, if I'm not mistaken. Well, we'll find out, but it's definitely kind of cool looking. Very retro. All right, so for now, we're just going to show the car charger with it, and that's where you hook it up, underneath it. So it would just plug right into here, but we're not going to do that because I'm not going to use 12 volts since I've got the other charger. So of course it will work with the factory charger as well. So this is the factory charger, and just happen to have some power right here. I'm turning garbage into electricity, folks. That's right, you're seeing it right here. All right, so basically you would plug it right into the bottom there, and we're gonna just get that in there, and it's got a nice little routing area where the wire path goes, and it immediately powers up. Just lift that up there so you can see it, and you can see the display on it. So basically we're showing I guess all the channels are blinking, it's checking, it's probably not detecting a battery. So let's see what happens if we put this battery on there. And right away it's picking it up, and it looks like it's detecting 1.8, actually I'm sorry, 11.8 volts of charge at 3.5 amps. So it not only indicates the voltage but the amperage. So I thought that was kind of neat. And basically I'll show it with one more battery that I had ready to go here. Put that back up there so it doesn't fall. And obviously the next battery in line, you know, you could put them anywhere, but you just basically can add batteries just like that. And the battery is not activated right now. And of course, when this will reach charge, the idea being that it will hop to this battery, and if you have a battery here, it'll hop to the next one. So all in all, pretty cool. And I guess that will do it. So we'll be putting this through the tests, and finally I've got most of my stuff together, so there will be a flight video coming up very soon, because now I'm just itching to get back out there. I've got all this stuff, but there's going to be still more stuff coming up on the unboxing regarding the drone, so you'll just have to stay tuned. Hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to have notifications on, and that way you know as soon as I post a video up. So I want to thank you very much for watching this episode of Unboxing. Laters.